Womp womp. Today we are not here to win. Today we are here to inflict pain and suffering and torture on our opponents. We're going to make them watch us take game actions upon game actions just because it's fun. Today we are going to play Lantern Control, the truest, greatest form of control that has ever been built. And you guys know how much I love control. So, Lantern of Insight, the namesake of the deck. Players play with the top card of their library revealed. Tap, target player sacrifices this artifact, target player shuffles their library. Pair this with cards like Pyxis of Pandemonium that exiles the top card of your opponent's library, or mill effects like Codex Shredder, and you end up with this sweet, sweet, beautiful deck where the goal is to control your opponent's top of their library so they never draw a meaningful spell, and you essentially lock them out of the game while you just aggressively mill them. Opponents will typically surrender or concede before then, but if they don't, you get to just take game actions and stop them from ever having anything of any consequence. The other way that the deck wins and holds your opponents back is Ensnaring Bridge, so that once you've dumped all of your artifacts, you've got no cards in hand, you play the Ensnaring Bridge and your opponents just can never attack you. So they can't kill you by reducing your life total to 0, and they can't kill you by any other means, so you just win. Some removal, there's some hand hate. Extirpate is like a split second. You get to remove a card from your opponent's deck forever and never have to see it again. This deck is sweet. This is a deck I love to bring to the occasional FNM, or I guess it's, you know, Sunday Modern for me here, just to inflict torture and take as many game actions and make the game take as long as I can. Play the whole 50-minute round and then go to turns, because I like to just play as much magic as humanly possible. The sideboard has sideboard cards. You've got your meat hooks for your energy, you've got your Ashioks for your Titan matchups, Soulless Jailers for any sort of reanimator strategies, Cursed Totems, no activated abilities, so like Yogg and stuff like that, Torp Orbs, no ETBs, Emrakul in case you go against Mill, and that's the deck. I mean, we just want to use our Lantern. We want to see the top of our opponent's library, and we just want to ruin their day. So with that, we are going to run a league. Let's see if we can inflict just maximum torture, maximum punishment on our opponent. We get to be on the play, on the go, baby. Show me a just absolute banger of a hand. If this had like one Lantern piece, I would keep this hand in a heartbeat, but only having the Lantern makes me feel very uneasy. That said, I do have Pithing Needles and game actions I can take early on, but I think I can do better. This is a much better hand. We can put back one copy of a Verdant Catacombs, and we do just have... So the plan here is to just get the Urza Saga going as fast as possible, and let's just let our opponent know what's about to happen. So we want to get the Lantern as soon as possible. So like, we might not have a lot of lands, but we are for sure going to have copies of... are they just going to blow up my Urza Saga immediately? That would be crazy. A Ragavan, that's fine. This is a deck that just does not give a shit about your Ragavan. I don't want to mill them. I don't want to get them the chance to have like a Flage. So now we want to get our Sagas going. So we want to be able to suspend a Profane Tutor, and then next turn we can get a Lantern, play our Codex Shredder. I think we are in a good spot. This is where we want to be. Don't really care if they take the top card of my library. It's a swamp anyways, never mattered. And so now I just need to hope they don't have like a Thraben Charm or something that's just going to blow up my Saga. Is it a Blood Moon? No, Fable? That's fine. Oh, baby. Oh, baby, baby. We have drawn our card. We are going to float a mana, and we are going to get our best friend, Lantern of Insight. Play our land, play this out, and then now the next thing that we are going to get is we're going to start looking for our copies of our cookbook, because we need to find ways to kind of start discarding cards, and that's going to be a pretty big thing for us. So what is our opponent going to draw? Our opponent's going to draw at least an Arena and maybe something else. All right, so they're going to draw an Arena and a Marsh Flats. So I do need to find a way to deal with their... this Flage on top is going to get real tricky for me. They're going to hit an Ensnaring Bridge, so they're doing the mill thing for me, which is pretty sweet. I am going to mill myself here. I don't really want another Profane Tutor. I think Profane Tutors are just not going to do what I want it to do. I just need to hope that our opponent does not have... Yep. So they are going to get... All right, so they shuffled away when they fetched. Yeah, so they shuffled away their Flage, which is fine with me. So they pitched 2 lands, a Goblin Bombardment, and a Ragavan. So we are in a pretty good spot. End step, I'm going to mill myself. I would like to find my copy of, like, Extirpate. Pyxis is really good, but I'm not going to get the Pyxis because my Profane Tutor is going to go off. Now here I can find anything, and it might need to be because I can't play... Maybe it's like a... Is it a Thoughtseize? Let's think. What is my best out? It might even just be a land to just start like blowing up stuff, but I think having second Ensnaring Bridge, maybe I just play it safe and get a land. That's my big thought there, because I can get like the Pyxis off of this Saga next turn. It might just be the Opal. Saga triggers. We're going to play the Opal, and then I am interested in, let's see... I go 1 and 2, so not finding my land was unfortunate because I am going to be taking another hit. But I think I want to just Thoughtseize my opponent. That hand is pretty good. We're going to take the Bombardment, and then we're going to really pray to find our Extirpate. So this is a deck that like does very well running on like few... I also need to deal with this Reflections, so I'm probably going to have to kill the Reflections next turn. After I grab like my cookbook, because I basically just can't have my opponent. All right, so they can have a Pithing Needle. No, they can't have a Pithing Needle. That's for sure. They can have a Stirrings. I am okay with that. Another Thoughtseize is not really what I want, so we're gonna put an upkeep stop on myself because I don't really want to have another. I don't need a Thoughtseize at this point. I need something that does more than Thoughtseize. 3. Oh, they can just like play Flage and run it back, so we're just dead. All right, so we're going to concede there. That was a tough start. I do want these creatures entering, so they can have a Flage, but they can't attack, or they can't do... Well, the ETB, I guess, isn't as important. Activated abilities of creatures, Soulless Jailer. All right, so we want the Soulless Jailers for sure. The Thoughtseize, I honestly think might not be as good. So we'll cut a couple Thoughtseize. We're going to go down 1 copy of Stirrings, and I think the Needles, I don't need the Needles. So I think that's those are the cuts we're going to go with, because like everything in their deck is mana value 3 or less. The Thoughtseizes just do damage to me, which I'm not interested in. I think I want to keep in a Stirrings. I'm just going to cut all of my Thoughtseize, and I'm going to bring in 1 Pyxis, or one Pithing Needle. That way I can go and name the stinky card that they had there. This hand, this is a tempting hand because it digs me fairly deep. Plus I get the Mycosynth Gardens. I'm going to keep this. We're going to play this Pathway, Darkbore Pathway. No effects in my upkeep. All right, so we're going to play this as the green side, and we are going to stir. Well, we found a stacks piece, which is good, but we'll see if it's good enough. I do now need to get my sagas going here. So they're going to make a big old army of stuff. Need to take the upkeep stop off. Let's see. I think I'm interested in just having a blocker. I don't know how they deal with an 0-4. Well, not very easily, but I have to imagine that their plan is to just go for something stinky like a Goblin Bombardment. Let me guess, they have the Ajani. So, yep. All right. So that's unfortunate. I'm down a land. Hate it for me, but we can still recover. And we're going to pray for the best. All right, so they did gain life. They get to do their whole spiel. A Meat Hook Massacre. Let's just add a colorless, and we're going to play a Pyxis of Pandemonium. And now we've got blockers for days. We're going to be able to get our like double bridges out. Part of me wishes now I had played this on the black, but unfortunately we are stuck on the green side for our Darkbore Pathway, because having it on the black, we could like filter in and get this Meat Hook going. Yep, that is a Reflections. I am not in an ideal position here, that is for sure, but I can dump my hand pretty quickly, or at least hope to dump my hand pretty quickly. If this guy had just 1 power, it would be so good. Well, a Saga is really good. Saga's where we want to be, baby. All right, colorless 1, 2, 3. Then the plan here is just hold back. I mean, they're going to make just so much, and we're going to see what happens. I'm probably going to get flaged. Well, no, they can't. I don't think they're interested in doing the flage thing. They have another Thraben Charm. That would be super unfortunate, but I do get my hand size down to like maybe 1. If I can find exactly... Oh, yep, Goblin B. That's not ideal. What do they have for 2? Do they have another bombardment? They have a Ragavan? I don't, let's see. So at this point, I'm going to just take the damage. I'm going to make them sacrifice like their entire board. Verdant Catacombs being gone is good. I didn't want that on the top anyways. And so they're going to just make so much mana, but I'm going to be able to maybe get my hand down to 1 card. Blooming Marsh is tough. It's a tough draw, but I can filter for, well, no, I need to play this land tapped. And then go 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I'm just dead. I think I could not find my pieces fast enough, but I think, unfortunately, I mean, if they just sack their whole board, so they swing out, sack their whole board, I am dead as a doornail. Cast with dash. I will be blocking the Ragavan for sure. We are definitely dead, unfortunately. So we're taking our lumps. And then they've just got, yeah, so we are dead. We unfortunately could not go fast enough against energy. I'm hoping that maybe this next one will work out a little bit faster, a little bit better. We're into game number 2 on the draw. I hope you guys also understand that if I 0-5, I am still going to post this for sure. We do have just all of our pieces. The stirrings isn't really what I want. So we're going to see what happens here. Plains. All right, we're going against energy again, which is not great. We are going to just show our lantern. I showed you my lantern. Show me your insight, please. All right, so they're going to dash a Ragavan. They're going to get an Ensnaring Bridge. Oh, they're going to have a bombardment. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Well, now I need to figure out what I'm going to do about all of this silliness. Finding no colored lands is very tough. I would like to just get this going now. I'm going to mill the Flage right now. I don't really care about the Flage as much, but I do need to mill myself because I have no colored sources. And so with no colored sources, I really can't do much with my, cards. So I need to find a land on top to get this bridge going. I need to find a land that produces black mana for sure. Because if not, I am big old shit on. All right, I think I'm just big old shit on anyways, because they flip their Johnny, they're gonna uptick. God damn, I am just getting absolutely run over by energy. This is the energy hour. I can't, losing this Assassin's Trophy is gonna be real tough because I can't deal with their Johnny. They've got just so much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm just dead again. God fucking damn, bro. Chill. Gotta be a quick fucking league. Holy shit. All right, well, I want these, and I'm gonna try a different approach this time. I guess we'll bring in just that, and we're gonna cut 1 Thoughtseize. So the stirrings are cool and all, but like I think I need as much hand like disruption as I can get. And the needles, like the things I want to needle are the backside of the Ajani and the Goblin Bombardment. So I'm good with that. 2 lanterns and nothing to do. That's tough. This hand is not bad. I'm okay with this. I'm gonna put back. I'm going to probably regret putting back the land, but we are going to... Oh, let's not click through our turn. End of combat. All right, play our land, target a player, and we're going to see what they've got. Okay, well, I'm taking the Ocelot for sure. For sure. And then next turn, we get to just go Pyxis plus Lantern. Having that on top is pretty good. I don't think I need... What do I need? Let's just grab... I've got my green. I could shock, but I think I want to preserve my life total as much as I can. And then next turn, we'll draw a land. We'll be able to just start accruing this meat hook to start churning through their stuff. So they've played Guide of Souls, and they played their Sacred Foundry, and they don't have the Ocelot. So I know they have a Plains. They've played their Heath. So the struggle that I'm under right now is I need to get something going. All right, an Underworld Cookbook. I guess I want the second green. So we're just gonna hopefully dig ourselves to find our copy of, what do you call it? We're looking for, all right, so we definitely want a Pyxis. I'm not interested in them having an Ajani, because that is how they do, in fact, just run me over. So a lantern on top for me isn't really that good. Yep, they can flage me, get some energy. So a lantern on top for me and them having a bombardment, like neither of those things are good for my health or my well-being. So I am going to Pyxis in my upkeep. to stop. All right, an Assassin's Trophy is pretty good. I can use that Assassin's Trophy to deal with their bigger guy, and then we'll see what happens. All right, a Fable. Now, if I can just find... So I need to dig myself now. I just need to dig for my copy of... what's his face? What's his name? Ensnaring Bridge. If I can find a bridge, I think this one is pretty much locked up. All right, so I know they've got like a plains in hand. Yep, I'm going to continue to take my lumps, my lovely lady lumps. Now, part of me wants this forest so that I can use my thing, but I don't really want them to have the Ajani. I think I'm in the stinky point. All right, well, I'm going to find a land anyways, and we're going to take another hit because I can't produce enough mana. So I am going to start probably like using my stuff, try and deal with it. I think if I can hold out until they get this Fable flipped, that is where I would like to be. So a Ragavan off the top, I don't want them to have the Ragavan per se, but I don't think I care about them like Thoughtseizing me. So I mean, if they wanna go for like a Thoughtseize on me, that's fine by me. All right, so they're gonna pitch their Ragavan, and they drew a bombardment. Not ideal. Yep, they got a bombardment. So now it's super awkward. They have second bombardment. All right, well, that's great. That's good for me. I am in the mood. I'm in the market to Pyxis again in my upkeep, and then just jam this Massacre. X is 2, or I can suspend a Profane Tutor. That's a Shredder on top. I think I just want to try and deal with all of their stuff now. And if they like sack it to ping me, so I just go neutral on the life loss. So it doesn't matter. Now next turn I definitely need to get this rolling here. I need to get my Shredder going. So they've got a Solitude on top, huh? All right, so they can't do anything. So now I just need to get my Profane. I think I'm fine with, honestly, the Pyxis is just better for this deck. I don't want that. We're going to suspend here, and I'm not really interested in casting this Thoughtseize, but I do really need to get this. Yep. I do need to get this thing going here because I am... Oh, exile face down, huh? Oh, I thought I'm supposed to be able to... Oh, there they are. Ragavan, Flage, Ragavan, some lands. So are they going to like dash a Ragavan maybe? Oh no, they're probably going to play a Flage, ding me for 3. Nope, dash Ragavan so they can take my Codex Shredder. I'm good with them like taking the stuff off the top of the deck. Another Profane Tutor is not what I want though. Yep, not great, not great. All right, so we're in a weird spot with they're trying to play Lantern Control. An Inquisition is not what I want. Well, actually, it's not bad. I mean, I get to use the Inquisition to take their Ragavan, and then top of their library is that. I think I'm just dead anyways. Oh, yeah, because they can play this Flage, right? Until the end of... Yeah. Yep, we're getting just absolutely steamrolled by energy. Apparently... I am not good. I am not good at all. That is tough. I'm hoping to turn this into a 3-2, but regardless, I am for sure going to be showing this one. This is a deck that is near and dear to my heart as well. So we're going to see if we can figure it out for these next 3 games. Alrighty, can we do it? Can we get there on our opponent? The green 16. We've got just everything. How can I say no to a beautiful hand like this that just casts all of my spells? I think the plan here is to do a little shock. Let's see what they're working with before we start doing anything. All right, so we're taking the Narset, and then we're going to just jam out our entire hand next turn, and then just hope for the best. All right, so we know they don't have this, they don't have this. So this feels like a matchup where I want to get... they have a Snare, that's fine. We'll play our Lantern. We will play our Codex Shredder. All right, so do they have a counterspell, or are they just going to Surveil? All right, so they're going to Surveil. They're probably keeping that counterspell on top, if I had to guess. But they're going to lose it anyways, so that's what's up. And I know they don't have Force, so we're going to cast this Mox Opal, and we are going to Thoughtseize our opponent. And so we know that they have... So they have Solitude, Orum's Chant, Castle, Ardenvale, Teferi, so I can get rid of the second Solitude. I don't think I have like any meaningful 2-drops, so I'm just good to take... It's either the Orum's Chant or the Teferi. I think the Teferi is what gets me basically screwed. All right, so that's good. All right, so Teferi's gone. And then next turn, we just play our Saga, play our Needle, and we lock out our opponent for the remainder of the game. What could they have? Why are they trying to like intimidate me with an Orym's Chant in my upkeep? Nope. All right. Well, we're gonna, so I know this deck. I'm very familiar with this deck. We're gonna Needle. We're gonna Needle on him. With this Needle, I would like to name Teferi Time Raveler. I don't want them to be able to bounce my copies of like Ensnaring Bridge and stuff like that when I find it, because that is going to be very bad for me. Well, I'm glad that I have found their Teferi Hero of Dominaria. I can attempt to mill it, and we're just going to make a big old fuck off dude. Let's cancel. Let's go to end step. Let's force them to shuffle through their own flooded strand. All right, a snare is good. Sweet, sweet, sweet. An assassin's trophy. Put our triggers onto the stack. Let's go 1 and 2. Make a boyo, a big old duder. And then now we're going to go find our Pyxis just straight into play. Let's see, Lantern. So yeah, we're going to just do our Pyxis. We have shuffled. I don't really care. I think we are at the point where we have just locked our opponent out of the game. Yep, they're going to gain me 7 whole life points. Man, they're so nice. Get you an opponent like this who just gains you free life points whenever. Yeah, we're done. We're going to let them draw their silly snare. So they've lost this. I have to imagine they probably pitched their Orym's Chant. Yeah, so they have no Orym's Chant. So their hand is Snare, Hallowed Fountain, Castle Ardenvale, and it's about to be another Snare. Let's see what's on top. Opponent. A prismatic ending. Nope, I don't want them to shuffle, but I do want them to mill a prismatic ending. That's Plains. You got it, bud. You take this. I'm going to show control how it's fucking done. I wonder just like, I feel like this is not what they were hoping was gonna happen. A counterspell, I'm not like, I guess a well-timed counterspell could really screw me up. So I think we're just going to get that counterspell out of here. There's a Teferi, so it doesn't matter. I can kill the Teferi later. They're going to draw it, but they can't do anything with it. They can't activate it because I've already needled it because I am a smart Magic player who knows how and when. All right, so they understand that they're not winning. That's sweet. Sweet, 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 sweet. Soulless Jailer, no. Cursed Totem, no. Torpor Orb, like, not really. Emrakul, no. This, no. I mean, I think I'm just gonna, I don't even know what changes I want to make because it's not like they're doing permanent cards in your graveyard can't enter the battlefield and players can't cast. Yeah, so they're not doing any of this stuff anyways. Like nothing that my sideboard is doing really does much. So we're just gonna try and find like a hand hate piece early. Because if we can find like their Wrath the Skies and stuff like that early on, we are in a very good spot. This hand I do like. It might be a risky keep, but I am interested in trying to force the action here from the opponent. So we are going to fetch shock. All right, so I'm going to find all the hand hate. Just no hand, no fun for my opponent. We're going to go black. We're going to Inquisition to see what you're rocking with to start. I wonder if there's no way it's a Spell Pierce, right? That would be crazy. All right, so we're going to, so the plan is to just go like Thoughtseize, Thoughtseize, Thoughtseize if I don't find land. Well, we got to take the consign. If they want to like Orym's Chant me in my upkeep, that is okay. But they only have one of them, but they don't have a consign anymore. And they don't have a Scalding Tarn. So they might have drawn like Counterspell, or they might be trying to just, like I said, hold up like a 1-mana Orym's Chant to stop me in my upkeep, which would be understandable. Yeah, so they're going to Orym's Chant me. They are going to try and get some stuff going, so I can't do anything. So the downside to this hand was, you know, never finding our second land drop, but we can still just kind of rip their hand apart over the next couple turns, which is okay by me. They've got 4 in hand and we know 3 of them. So the plan, like I said, next turn is to just like, if they don't find third Orym's Chant, is to, so they're going to tap out for Narshet, which I'm okay with. I have no issues with a Narshet. And they've got 2. All right, so they're going to get a Lorien Revealed, huh? So maybe I don't care about picking their hand apart as much right now. An Extirpate, there's nothing really in the bin that I care about. I do need to find my land. My land drop would be great. All right, so that is surely a land. We'll put those back in any order. All right, so that's a consign. So that's very awkward, but I am finding my third land, so I can like Thoughtseize, I can like double Thoughtseize if I need to, and see what we get. But I have to imagine I'm gonna need to find a way. What do they take? They take the Jace. So if they play the Jace, it's super awkward. They are getting ahead of me pretty hard, and I'm not a fan of it. I need to find a way to deal with, unless they're just going to like zero the Jace to like yeah, they're probably going to just start trying to brainstorm and like hide their good cards, which would make sense. So they drew a couple of cards. All right, so let's see what we can do. So I know they have that consign on top now. Let's play this. Let's see what they've got. This big Teferi can go away. No, this prismatic ending's got to go. I could filter in for a green, try and find another land, a Blooming Marsh or a Pithing Needle. A Needle is probably better, but the problem is that they know they're going to basically just hold up their mana. I've already played my land for the turn, so we're chilling. They're gonna get their consign. Yep, they're gonna continue to draw 3 and put some cards back. All right, so that's a force of negation on 2 away. So we are just gonna continue to try and just pick at their hand slowly but surely. All right, so they want to shuffle. All right, cool. I don't feel in a horrible position, because if I can get this. All right, so what do they have for 4? Are they just going to buy Kahira? Oh, prismatic ending on my lantern. Well, I might as well just make you shuffle. So I know I've got a Profane Tutor on top, which now this makes things a little awkward for me, because now I don't have a way to turn on Metalcraft. Jesus. All right, well, we can do Teferi, and then honestly, I think I'm like kind of fine to just take all 4 copies of their consign out of their deck. What do they have? They have 2 Wraths, 3 Teferis, a Pierce, Solitudes. All right, so standard stuff. They don't have the combo, which is good, but they have no cards in hand. And then I need to play my land. That would be good. All right, so now we are in a little bit of a stinky spot here, in just that like we don't have. All right, so I know they're going to end up with a card in their hand. I need to find my Sagas is what I need to find. Now maybe they found Counterspell, but the nice thing is I can just Thoughtseize, see if I just am losing 2 life for ha-has. They're just going to Orms chant me. Cool. Yep, that is fine. I'm just going to lose 2 life, but then we get to do that crazy tech where we just play out our Ensnaring Bridge. They can't attack us for the remainder of the game. Now we just need to dig. We need to find our good stuff. What do they have? What could they be hoping for? A Gaia Reach Sanitarium. That's fine. I'm good to keep my hand size low. I don't need this. All right. I'm going to pitch this. Yeah, that's fine. I think I always, so the idea here is I always want to hold a card in my hand, so that they can't just like force me down to like nothing. So they've got the little lock here, and I can also just use the Fomori Vault. All right, so now they're trying to uptick their Jace, which means I need to start aggressively digging for my Assassin's Trophy, because I did not find 1, 2. So I haven't found anything super great, but I do need to look at the top 2 and hope I have an Assassin's Trophy in there. Because like they could have a counter spell. I'll take the Stirrings. All right, so they've used 2 Orms chant. I think they had 4. Are they just gonna, yep, in my draw step. I don't particularly care. Let's get rid of this one. Green, let's get the Stirrings going. All right, so now the only issue is I don't know what exactly I could. All right, do they have Force? I think I need to just maybe go to the next game. If I don't find my Assassin's Trophy in the next like 2 turns, so they can go up to 9, up to 11. So I think I need to just basically dig for the trophy and hope for the best. So they can go next turn. So it's basically they have until their following turn. So they do keep me off of 0 cards. All right, so now I get just 0 cards in hand. I think I am now locked. So we are just gonna go to the 3rd game. There isn't really anything there still really isn't much that I want to bring in. Like the Torpor Orbs don't matter, the Soulless Jailers don't matter, the Cursed Totems don't matter. So like I like my plan. I think I just need to, missing on land early was tough. being able to play one spell a turn was a little bit rough, but I think we are fine with the way that our deck is constructed and the way that this is going to play out. I have to hope. Yeah, so going forward now, like if I'm worried about the Narset and stuff like that, I just always need to make sure I keep like a card in hand, because like their only win condition is to just have like the one. Well, this is a hand that just does so much that I feel like I can't put it back. Like I've got all three of the pieces. Like they're probably trying to dig for their stuff. Like I would love to find, just like go with a blind. Let's just start Pyxising in their end step. Well, let's turn off auto yields. They're going to try and prismatic ending. I will activate this now. Doesn't really matter what I'm exiling, but yeah, the plan here now is we're just going to try and jam just all of our stuff. A Thoughtseize would be so good right here. Just a Thoughtseize on top for me, please. A Pithing Needle's pretty good. I am not mad about a needle. Now, do they have a force? Okay. They have force of negation. That would be wild. They're thinking they have to have the force. All right. Well, I don't want you to have a prismatic ending. I am okay with you having an island. All right. So next turn, we get to just chill. All right. So a Narset definitely is going to go. I'm not super interested in them just having a Narset. And I get to use the Mycosynth Gardens as a way to turn my like lands into spells, or lands into like shredders and stuff like that. So I'm going to mill them now. A Solitude on top I don't care about. I think like honestly, what I might be doing is just turning my, unless I'm about to get just hit with the craziest fucking Wrath the Skies and just end my whole day. That would be tough. I need to find some form of like hand disruption, but we're going to try and get a couple here mill effects going. Put a stop in my upkeep. I can do it again. I'll do it again too. Go here, and we are going to try and we're going to do it again. So I am going to be down to a land, but I get a couple mills to look at my top card to find like a Thoughtseize or something that can deal with their stuff. I'd like to find a Thoughtseize. Like I said, a Thoughtseize would be huge. All right. Well, now this is stinky. I really don't want to draw another land, but I think I'm going to have to, because I don't want them to have that to fairy. Oh no way. Did I click the wrong fucking, oh, I'm going to lose this game. No way. Nope. God, that's insane. That probably just cost me this game. Oh, they're probably going to force this. Bro, I cannot believe I just did that. Let's see what they do with what's on top. Damn. You ever just be like incredibly bad at Magic? They put it on top. Teferi Time Raveler. Let's see what you left me. Lorien Reveal, that's fine. I'm okay to not let them draw 3 cards. What I'm not okay with is the fact that I just fucking got rid of my lantern. That's not great. It's really not where I want it to be. God damn. Come on. The Overgrown Tomb tapped. Just playing the blind mill game at this point because I am bad at clicking buttons. Yeah, we fucked up real bad, and it's probably going to come back to screw us over. If I can just dig for a lantern, if I can find a lantern of my own. All right. Well, I'm okay with like milling some of these cards. I'd love to find a Wrath and just get a Wrath out of their stuff, out of their deck, but I have a feeling this turn I'm just gonna lose it all. They Wrath on 2, it's over. You may have a Time Raveler that doesn't do anything. I'm wisely always going to name Teferi Time Raveler. Turn target card from your graveyard to the battlefield. I might be in the position of just having to return a lantern like on their end step. Ugh. Can't believe I've done that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I could do it, get back a lantern, or do I just want to like Assassin's Trophy this Teferi? I don't know. I think it's very unfortunate that I cracked my lantern on myself by accident, or on my opponent by accident. A Narset. All right, well, I can ideally kill a Narset. I don't want to dig them deeper. I hope they don't find a Wrath. They find a Wrath of the Skies, Teferi Hero of Dominaria. I think I'm at the point of just like, let's aggressively try and just mill out my opponent. There's a land. All right, let's see. I'd like to deal with the Narset. because the Teferi isn't as scary. Sure, I can't stop that. So they're probably going to be picking up this needle, if I had to guess. See, I should have maybe killed the Teferi, but you know, they still have what they need. Maybe I can just like mill them to not be able to find a land. Can I not even suspend this? That's disappointing. Well, we're going to continue to mill them 3 cards at a time. 12 more turns and we'll see what happens. I'm probably going to just get absolutely blown out here, which is very unfortunate. I should have not sacked my lantern, but I clicked the wrong thing because things got moved around. Very tough for me. All right, well, there's another Orym's Chant gone. That's cool. I can't believe you can't even suspend cards on with Orym's Chant. I had no idea. Well, I hit a land, so that's what's up. You know, we are we're trying. We're digging. All right, so now they're going to find their 5th land. So now I need to find my copy of Thoughtseize. Thoughtseize to hit a Wrath. All right, well, I think that's GG for me. I don't think I come back from this. That is for sure. Play this like a fucking dickhead. Oh my god. Yeah, because now they're just going to do all of their Teferi nonsense, lock me out. God damn it. Oh, boy. Let's see if we can figure something out. Jesus Christ. That's not going to do it. Oh, man. Oh, man. I think I keep this, and we're going to put back the trophy. We're going to lead on a forest and a lantern and hope beyond all hope. All right, so a soul card. This is probably like Yawgmoth. The fuck? Moth Dust Changeling on top. That is wild. I don't understand, but I am for sure going to be going like Pyxis, Lantern. You know, what I'm kind of curious what our opponent's doing. This is kind of cool. I'm intrigued for sure. A Springleaf Drum. Yeah, we're gonna see what you're doing. We're gonna look at your hand. I wonder if they're trying to do like some sort of like dragon nonsense with the new dragon card, because like these changelings count for dragons. Maybe they have like Mox Jaspers in their deck. Would be kind of cool. But once I see what they've got, it will help me decide what I need to do about it. Play a Pyxis, play another Lantern, and a black. Let's just dump out my hand. All right, well, I think the Magda's got to go. And then what else did they have? They had a Opal, Clock of Omens. I don't care if they draw the Moth Dust Changeling. I do want to get my own mill going. Did they just have another Moth Dust Changeling on top? That's so funny. So I have to imagine this got to be like a Magda combo, like find a bunch of dragons, make infinite mana, like that CEDH combo. So we will see. All right, so these gives all of the you are permanent controllable becomes a target. Yeah, so it gives it everything basically ward 1, which is not bad. I might just be in the like, let's just dump a bunch of artifacts into play and make a big old construct. That is a cauldron for sure of the souls variety. Yep. All right. So they're going to get to do some silly stuff. I don't know exactly what it is that they're doing, but I know for a fact I am going to be getting another shredder. I think I've got enough shredders. Got a trigger. Come on. I know this is gone. All right. So they've got just a Clock of Omens and an Unsettled Mariner. But without the Magda, I don't know if their deck can just combo. But I think I do want to, let's just mill this now. All right, so we're going to just keep them on lands. That is the plan, because they don't have 5. So they don't have 5 treasures. I don't know how they get 5 treasures, but we're going to just let them do their thing. All right, so now we're going to be using the Pyxis, I think, more often than we're interested in using our Codex. So like our Codex Shredders are just going to be to hit their other stuff. So I think, maybe I need to make a construct. I probably need to make a construct. Yeah, you can have that, because I think my artifacts do inevitably outclass theirs, because I am just an artifact-based deck. But we're gonna Pyxis them, because we don't want them to put the Magda in the graveyard. I wish I could have hit the... So whenever you or a... Okay, so I also just can't even mill them off of the Shredder, but a second Saga is pretty good. So I would like to make a dude, because I can start pumping out my army, make some big dudes. So we need to grab second Pyxis, because we can't target them with our Codex Shredder, which is kind of hilarious. Second Pyxis is here. Play a land. But I can mill myself, which is fine, because like I don't really think I want this Mycosynth Garden, but I am going to play around their little thing here. So if they want to make a construct, they can, but mine is just bigger. I'm curious what their deck is doing, like what their win condition is. I guess like technically I can mill here, I can pay the 1 because I'm not making a construct, so I really just want them to find lands. All right, well, I'm glad I milled that. I'd like to continue to just, Imperial Recruiter also has to go because I can't have them just tutoring all over the place. So they know the last card in their hand is a Clock of Omens. So we've got 1 Magda gone, 2, I think we've got 3 Magdas gone. I don't know how their deck wins through without Magdas, but let's put an upkeep stop on me for sure. Now, what do they go get for 1 or 0? Is it like a Jasper? Just make so much mana. So I know they drew a Cavern. We're definitely bringing in the Torpor Orbs, or not the Torpor Orbs, the other one. All right. So what did they find? They found a Shadow Spear. I will block for sure. I'll take that trade. So I can't have them just tutoring like a madman. Let's see. Yep, they can make their construct a 7/7, and then I can start making constructs as well. I don't really care if they're gaining life. All right, so they're going to go for Clock, but that doesn't really matter. I don't know. Yeah, there's no real reason for them to play this Clock of Omens. Like, it doesn't do anything. What they need to do is just, yeah, equip the Shadow Spear. I will block. I'm going to eat your construct. Hopefully dig for another construct of my own. Yeah, I don't care about that. You can't, like, sneaky surprise make an artifact, but I can just continue to pump them out. Oh, you can sneaky make it bigger. So now I'm in the find my copy of Ensnaring Bridge as quickly as I can. So we are going to just mill ourselves, and we're going to Pyxis ourselves aggressively. Don't want this card. I don't want them to have a recruiter. I can't survive another turn I can't survive 2 turns. Now we're in kind of a bad spot. All right, so that's a Reflecting Pool. I have a Verdant on top. That's what's up. We're doing it. We're gaming. So I can fetch to clear the top of my library. I can make a construct, so I can block and then try and basically like aggressively dig for another copy of our buddy. All right, so we can aggressively try and get another copy of our good old friend and dearest pal, Ensnaring Bridge. Because if I can find a bridge, I don't think they can come back. Yep. So they can't really do the Agatha Soul Cauldron, like, okay. Oh, I'm just looking at 17 exactly. Are you fucking joking? Oh my god. Cursed Totems for sure. These seem pretty good. What do I not want? I don't think the Assassin's Trophies probably aren't great. I guess I can drop an Underworld Cookbook. Let's go down like a Codex Shredder. Graveyards and libraries can't enter. So I'm basically trying to stop them from searching and stop them from activating abilities. And I guess we can go down one Inquisition. So let's see if this works out a little bit better. The plan here is to not mill them. Now, if I hit something really good off of Inquisition, what does that mean? What does that do for me? I don't think this is a good enough hand to keep. A hand with a Lantern, a Pyxis. All right, so we do keep this. I'll put back Redundant Lantern too. So the thing that we need to do is we need to get our artifact count going. I don't know why I grabbed a white one, but whatever. We're going to get our Lantern. All right, Ensnaring Bridge on the top is pretty good. So next turn we can go play the Pyxis, play the Opal, Thoughtseize our opponent, and then hope to find a land. Yeah, so this is just like I have to imagine this is just like the CEDH combo of the good old fashioned like Magda clock. Well, we'll take a Magda. I need my lands. I don't really care about you having lands because they've just got so many universal automatons, and I do get to dump my hand pretty quickly. So they're just going to be drawing lands. So they have played their Reflecting Pool, and they've played this, and they're probably about to play their next one. Yeah. So we just get to dump our hand out, and we're going to name Agatha's Soul Cauldron off of this needle. Now we're just going to grab a Swamp. Ensnaring Bridge. You're getting a land. So yeah, we are just gonna, so now I can just kind of lock them out. I don't think I want another Ensnaring Bridge. Amata's Changeling though is fine. All right, let's go and play this. Name Agatha's Soul Cauldron. We are going to tap for a green, and we're going to stir it up, baby. Another lantern, some lands, a Pithing Needle. Now, I'd like to maybe use this Pithing Needle and name something else. If I name that, I mean, I guess I just grab. All right, so we're going to play this. We are going to name Magda Brazen Outlaw. And then how do you deal with this? All right, so they have a Moth Dust Changeling. Yep, they can play their Moth Dust. No attacks. And now we do the thing that our deck is meant to do. We just sit here and we just play our spells. We mill our opponent. We don't let them have any fun. We don't let them attack. We don't let them do anything. I think I'm fine. Honestly, I do want to get rid of. The Vial doesn't matter. There's not really anything that they can... Like, I can just control everything that they could Vial, so it really doesn't matter. I've named their Cauldron. I named their Magda. I don't know how they get there, but they sure can try. I have to imagine. I only know about a Mana Confluence in their hand. I don't want another land. All of the spells in my deck cost 3, and so I'm going to mill... What else am I naming? Moth Dust Changeling? No, Clock of Omens. Let's just hit the holy trifecta. Now, if they get a Magda, I guess I'd just rather with them not have... All right, well, they're going to find a Magda anyways. That is what is up. So we, unfortunately, our opponent just found their Magdas. But I will, I guess, in their upkeep, I can mill them. I think I'm interested in milling them. Oh, no way did I just do that. Well, I don't want this Thoughtseize that's on top of my library now. So let's get it going, boys and girls. Well, we're just going to continue to play our spells. They can have a land. I know they have a Magda, a Mana Confluence, and something else, but I don't really care particularly about all of that. They can, like, cheat their Magda in, like, cool. I don't know how they win. They just make a bunch of treasures and hope to hit the needle that's on Magda. I don't really want them to, like, stop me from doing my thing, so we are going to hit that Unsettled Mariner, and then we're just going to aggressively mill our opponent. I would like to have my Pyxis. I'd also like to have this Profane Tutor. That seems pretty good. Just a free tutor. They can have a Changeling. They're going to vial in their... Nope, they're not going to vial in. That's crazy. I would like to just resolve everything and just go from there. A Grist, huh? Grist is going to be gone. Yep, you got a Magda. You can make so many treasures, opponent. Just kidding. Did I name Moth Dust? I did not, but I named Clock of Omens. Yeah, you can make just so many treasures. Let's just yield until next end step. So it doesn't really matter what they do, right? I don't know how they, like, what they're... They're just going to make so many treasures. It's going to be so sweet. Yeah, 6 treasures. Can't do anything because Magda's named, but actually, I don't think I want... Well, I'm already on Soul Cauldron being named. I think we're just in the let's mill them out phase of the game here. Because now I don't really care about my Verdant Catacombs, and I'm sure that they care about their Imp Recruiter. A Soul Cauldron, let's mill that. A Shadow Spear. I guess it's fine to mill the Shadow Spear. A Realm Walker. When this creature enters, you may exile a creature. All right, well, that's got to go. There you go. You can have a Saga. You can make all the tokens in the world. How they get out of this, I don't know, but I'm okay with this. All right, so we just need them to just sweet pass through their turn. Profane Romaine is going to be cast soon. You start just pumping out Saga tokens. It's looking good. All right, what if you milled this card? You can have a Jasper, that's fine. You can have just so much mana that it's sickening how much mana you have. I'm not even going to get this Extirpate, which is unfortunate. What if I just always yielded to all of this? Always yield. Always yield. Because yeah, I don't really care about what my opponent is doing. They're just going to make so many treasures, and it's going to be so cool. I don't know why they're still taking all of these game actions, but they've got 11 treasures. That's kind of sweet. They might as well just fire up their Mutavault too and tap it for mana. I'm always going to yield to this trigger. Gonna click through their turn. Hope there's no way that they can get something that like draws a card. Now, unfortunately, they could get like, even if they got like Pithing Needle, did they just draw a second Mox Jasper? That would be hilarious. All right, Clock of Omens. I'm going to lose this Extirpate anyways, so there's not... Seems good to keep in the library. So let's cast this here. Profane Tutor, baby. All right, cast without paying its cost. And now I would like to find... I mean, like, I kind of just want to Ashiok. There's a Saga is going to get its next chapter. We're just going to be able to make dudes... We're just going to mill our opponent just so aggressively. Don't care about the land that's on... All right, there we go. All right, we grounded them to dirt. We're going to keep that sideboard plan. That felt pretty good. Let's see. All of the needles are really strong. I'll tell you what. All right, let's see what we've got. I had just so many stacks pieces, but we need to find our good cards here. So I think the plan is to just start off with... I think I just want to go like Inquisition into Thoughtseize. I'm okay with this hand. You know, we'll let them mulligan, but I am going to shred their hand to pieces. Oh yeah, please go to like 4. Make this easy for me. I guess so I don't ever have to try. Are they gonna have like? Are they trying to go for like Moth Dust Changeling, Mox Jasper, get a turn 2 or turn 1 Magda or something? All right, so Urza Saga. That's unfortunate. I can't really interact with that. Yep, you got a Changeling. Yep, oh, they're doing it. They're doing it. I think I'm just fine to take a little bit of damage here. What do you have left in hand? Show me your 2 cards. Yeah, that can go away. So now I do need to find something. The Stirring's got to dig me for something good. Because I can Pithing Needle naming Urza Saga. Because I don't really care to make the constructs. Or I could just make constructs. Let's see. Let's see what I can find off of this. A lantern and a lantern. Not great. Any order. I don't think I want to be making... Yeah, so here we go. So now they're going to do the thing where I am still going to name probably Urza Saga. Could have probably done that turn 1, but unfortunately decisions were made and we're probably losing. Yeah, I should have named Urza Saga off of Needle on turn 1. I totally blanked on that. So they can't make another thing. They can float some mana, though. That's for sure. They can fire up their Mutavault. Man. Bonus deck is cool. Okay, a Haywire Might. They want to pop the Haywire Might on my... Oh, no, they can just hit my Saga, which is super unfortunate. All right, well, I need to force them to do something quickly because I am for sure losing this game. Our opponent is just the aggro player out here aggressoring me to the extreme. I mean, like, do I just play this, draw some pressure off of my own life? I don't know. I mean, it dies regardless, so I think we just want to, like, mill and see what we hit. All right, Grist, Secluded Courtyard. Now, I wonder if they just continue to push at me. I don't know. But if they, like, pop this Haywire Might and target my Pithing Needle, that makes me feel not... All right, so they just have so many Sagas. They just are Saga'd up all day, twice on Sunday. So I wonder if they swing their Construct. Yeah, so they're going to hit the Needle now. So if I can rip off... So if I can rip a thing off the top here. Yep, they're going to make a Construct, so they do still get to kill my Ashiok. But if I can rip the bridge off the top, that is going to make me feel just oh so warm and fuzzy. Yeah, Ashiok here. Oh boy, I'm in a bad spot. That is for sure. I am dead next turn. This top deck needs to be an absolute banger. A swamp is not a banger. Wow, we just can't get there. Damn, fuck me. God damn, I love this deck though. Why am I so bad? All right, can we at least scrounge together a win? If I can win a game, that would be cool. Now, unfortunately, you guys are still going to have to just be a part of me playing an 05 league and just kind of, deal with it. Because I love this deck. I don't love hands like this, but I love this deck. If this hand had a forest, I think, or a fetch land, like a green-black, I would feel so much better. I can't turn down a Thoughtseize hand, though, and I need to put this back because I can't cast that spell. So we're going to hope our opponent doesn't lead on Thoughtseize. All right, so it's Eldrazi, and it doesn't feel like I'm going to have a great time. This is the only deck that's really ever playing. Yeah, so we're going to take the Rumble. So we take the Rumble this turn, and then we're going to take the Chrysalis next turn. Or if they just play the Chrysalis, they might try and go like Artifact, What'd they reveal again? So it took this. Yeah, so they're probably just going to go like talisman, and then I'm just going to take their... Oh, they couldn't have played it anyway, so it doesn't matter. So I'm going to take their Chrysalis, unless they have something even scarier in their hand, which would not bode well for my emotional or mental well-being. Show me like a green black source right here, Blooming Marsh. One time for me. Come on. I know you want to give me the black source right now. Oh, it did want to give me the black source right now. A Devourer. I think that's just a more potent threat right now. I think we've got our lantern. Let's get our codex going and let's just see if we can set it up for next turn. Unfortunately, having to put a bridge to the bottom is not ideal. But we at least got rid of their Chrysalis, and now we just get to put a bunch of cards into play. Shredder, and we get to suspend our Profane Romaine. All right, well, I'm going to keep our opponent off lands as long as I can, unless they have like a K command in hand, which would be super unfortunate, but like, let's see. Yep, K command, always has it. Oh boy, well, that doesn't feel very good. I'm getting to just like scry and do their one top, two bottom. Well, that doesn't instill a lot of confidence in me. Well, we can just get rid of that Emrakul immediately. The Harrogast, as long as I can survive like a turn or two, I think I'm fine. Because if I can survive until not this upcoming turn, but the following turn, my Profane Romaine comes off of Suspend. Rumble. All right, well, they can Myco spawn and take one of my lands, probably the Fomori Vault if I had to guess, if they really wanted to. But I'm very much interested in just keeping them off of everything. So I basically, like, if I survive these next couple turns, I can just get my bridge into play, and they don't have really a great way, I don't think, to deal with Ensnaring Bridge. Now I need to hope they don't find Karn. I don't know why they would take anything outside of the Sowing Myco spawn, but I don't know. Our opponent is a Magic player, so they can make their own well-informed and educated decisions. Yep, they took the Myco spawn, so I will be losing a land. It do be like that. I don't think that really matters. It's got to be the Fomori Vault, right? Yeah, they gotta take the value land that they can when they can. Even though I do have a Saga on top, the Urza's Saga. So the Kozilek's return doesn't matter. So nothing they're doing is of like super consequence, but we'll see what happens. So I won't get whatever's on top next turn. Now I've got enough artifacts, so even if they have like another Myco spawn and like take my land, everything will be okay. Now the only tough part is if they use this like Sanctum of Ugin. So if they Sanctum of Ugin and find like play their thing and then go and get like an Emrakul or something, I'm gonna have to grab a Thoughtseize, which isn't really what I want to be doing, but I'm running out of life quickly. So if they sack their Sanctum, I'm gonna be in Poop Town. We'll see. Yeah, it looks like they are gonna go for the big guy, a Harrogast. All right. Yep, can't stop any of that. All right, so they exile 2 cards. They're gonna draw 3, and now I have to imagine that they go and get. Yep. So are they gonna get an Ulamog or an Emrakul? Or are they just gonna like, what do they get? Yeah, Emrakul. I think they're just gonna Emrakul me. They can definitely Emrakul me because they're just gonna sack this Harrogast and pay like 2 mana for an Emrakul. Or can they? Can they not? Oh, hold. No. Now they're gonna get just the worst tutor. This is gone from bad to worse in a very, very short turnaround. They probably don't even cast the Profane Tutor. Honestly, that's probably I have to imagine they just don't even cast the Profane Tutor. Or they get me a land, something stupid, something bad. They just want to see the list, I imagine. And then they just choose no cards. So I'm hoping and praying to find an Ensnaring Bridge. Because the bridge wins me the game. If I don't find a bridge, it gets real bad. Can't do anything on my turn anyways. I will get a free tutor, but I don't think... Oh, they're going to Pithing Needle named Codex Shredder? That's crazy. Or maybe Urza's Saga. I don't know what they're going to do, but this is going from bad to worse in short order. Yeah, so they're going to fuck my shit up. Oh, Eldrazi, how I fucking hate you. Yeah, buddy. Yeah. Well, I've got 4 draws. There are 4 cards in my 46, so I have like a 1 in 12 chance to find something that is castable. And by castable, I mean find my Ensnaring Bridge. And we're not going to find it, so we're going to just go to the next game. We're going to 0-5 is what it's looking like, because Eldrazi is just too fucking good, and Wizards of the Coast are monsters. I don't even care about like the Ashiok. I guess the like it stops their Myco spawn for like a turn. I don't know. I don't think it's good. I think we're just gonna have to hope that we can high roll against. I mean, also the Assassin's Trophy would have been good. So I had 6 cards that I could have drawn, but yeah, this is fucking shit. Oh, I'm about to get absolutely ruined this league. Eldrazi does not feel like a great matchup. Well, oh, I should have cut the in the Inquisitions. That was probably the correct choice. I guess I'm going to keep just on the fact that I can dig for like something, but I don't know what that something is. I didn't even think about cutting the Inquisitions. I'm just so like, I'm so downtrodden by Eldrazi. Green, black. Yes, let's go stirrings. There was a Thoughtseize in the top. I've already got a lantern, so I don't care about any of that. Any order. And then let's just hope they don't have like a chalice on 1. Would be insane. Oh my god. If they chalice on 1, I'm just gonna instantly have to concede. Alright, no chalice on 1. Thank the fucking Lord. Should probably look and see what they're about to do to me. I know this is going to have like no targets. Oh, just so many Stone Rains. I don't really care about a Stone Rain, but a K command is far worse. Another fucking lantern. Oh, good. I can't wait to just draw all 4 of my lanterns this game. They want to Stone Rain me. Their good buddy, the Scryhard. That's okay with me. I've got 4 lands. I've got 2 more lands in hand that I can play. So now they've got a Stomping Ground. Yeah, that's fine. Does not affect my game plan in the slightest. You can Stone Rain me again if you want. I know they have a second Stomping Ground. Colorless. All right. Well, they're going to probably Stone Rain me again. Probably hit my Mycosynth Garden if I had to guess. Or maybe they want to try and like take me off of green. Yep. Name red. And then, yeah, they can just rain the stones onto my face. Yeah, buddy. All right. Well, they have just no cards in hand. So if I can find something that's like good, I need to shuffle my library. I'm not trying to draw another land. Profane's coming off suspend. Let's play this. And let's see. Another Profane on top, huh? I think I just need to go grab my Shredder. So if I can just get them to continue to just hit lands, that's going to be sweet. And then I'll just see what else we get. Let's cast this. Let's see if I can like actually lock them. I think I want the Pyxis though. The Pyxis is a much better than the other card. They can have lands. I'm going to just continue to let my opponent have lands forever and ever, and ramp and talismans and all of that good stuff. But I do need to keep them off of anything that has any sort of consequence. So they can ramp for days, and then I can I'm going to end up Assassin's Trophying this Sanctum of Ugin. A Writhing Chrysalisk is fine as well, but I don't want to swamp, so I think I'm good to just do a little bit of this. All right, Thoughtseize also isn't really what I want. Put an upkeep stop on myself. Really just am not interested in a Thoughtseize when they have just no cards in hand. Are you fucking kidding me right now, deck? Oh, Jesus Christ. I just need to keep cards out of my hand, and we're done here. All right, now we need 1 or 2 more pieces to stop them from ever doing anything meaningful. I need them to tap out at some point. I need to get rid of this land that has the Harrogast under it, but I don't know what's best here. Force them to, I guess I should have waited. That's actually really silly of me. Oh, they got caught with the yield through the turn. That's what's up, baby. Yeah, boy. All right, well, we can cut the Inquisitions, and I guess bring in 2 of these. Let's see, Curse Totem, activated abilities of creatures, Soulless Jailer, permanents in graveyards, no, and Torpor Orb. Everything they have is cast triggers anyway, so let's cut we'll cut 2 Inquisitions, and we'll bring in the Ashiok just as a way to reduce the cost of their, or not let them continue to reduce the cost of their Emrakul. And we'll see if we can get there. See if we can go at least 1 and 4, because that'll feel much better. This hand isn't much better. Our opponent begins with 7, which is tough, but I don't think I can do a hand like that. A Verdant. I guess we just put back second copy, or we put back this, and then hope we just draw something really good off the top. So thankfully our opponent yielded through their last turn, so I got to not be punished for the fact that I fucked up real hard. They're just on a forest. Okay, I was gonna say, man, that'd be crazy if they just had forest and nothing else on a 7-card hand. A Pyxis. All right, so we're gonna bring this in. Let's just get our, so the Pyxis are just oh so much better in this matchup specifically, just because it lets us exile their top card instead of them milling their top card. That's a rumble. That's not great. What'd they find? Okay, so they just found a bunch of lands. That's what's up. If only I had a Thoughtseize, maybe would I have had the good stuff. So now I don't want to do the Pyxis because I don't want to start hitting the top of my deck yet. But we're going to see. We're probably going to put just like 2 Profane Tutors on suspend. Unless I draw like, maybe like a Lantern would be good off the top or something else. What else would be a good top deck for me? A Thoughtseize would be great. Just anything that is not what I've drawn. Like a Lantern plus a second Pyxis would feel really good. They're just gonna Myco spawn and eat my land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, they are. Or they can. They can Myco spawn and eat my land, which is super annoying. I really hate all of this. Is it a Karn? Did they just have a Karn? Did they just find their Karn? That would be a Stone Rain, sure. Stone Rains are fine. Honestly, like I still have. All right, now I need to find. I don't even know. They took the Sowing Myco spawn, so they're just gonna take all of my lands because they're dickheads. All right, now I need a land off the top, kind of. For once in my life, I'd like a land off the top. All right, land off the top so we can suspend another Profane. So they are going to take my black source here, but even if they do, I've got the bridge, so I can either try and go like Profane for land, try and play my bridge, or I can try and get like maybe a Thoughtseize, or they might just they can't. Well, they've probably got, yeah. So they're gonna Myco spawn. Yeah. Yep, they're gonna eat my black source again. I'm not gonna do anything. I already know they're going for the forest. That's interesting. I don't know why they wouldn't go for the black source, but I'm okay with that. I might just be. I mean, I do want to get the Lantern, and I want to start controlling the top of their library as best I can, because that seems like the correct decision to make. Lantern of Insight. Where are you, Lantern? Oh, we drew a Profane Romaine. All right, well, a Stonebrain's got to go. I need to find land for myself, so we're going to put an upkeep stop. They have some, like, big, crazy play, like, it do be like that. I can't really do anything about them, like, dropping a Harrogast on me or something else, but they could just be on the beatdown plan. If they hit my other land, this game's probably over. I don't need to upkeep stop because I'm going to get a shuffle. We'll put the upkeep stop back. Are you going to take my other land? No way you have just another Myco spawn. Please don't. Is this a Harrogast? It's probably a Harrogast. Well, I might have to just get a Thoughtseize off of my Profane, which isn't great. I need to hope for a land or an Opal or something. Ulamog. Okay. Well, we're going to take that for sure because you can't probably cast it. Let's see, Harrogast, if they have exactly Harrogast plus, oh wait, no, they can't make double red. So we're good there. So I am going to have to Profane, grab a Thoughtseize, and we need to take this Ulamog out of there. A Blood Moon. That's insane that our opponent is Blood Mooning themselves and that they're running Blood Moon. Yeah, what is Eldrazi doing? Okay, well, I need a swamp to cast my spells. I also need to activate this Pyxis, and now I need to proceed to lose the game because I'm about to get Ulamogged and have them eat both of my lands. Insanity. At this point, it just doesn't matter what happens. I'm just getting hit for 10 mana Ulamog. Bro, just, you're the worst. I hate Eldrazi. Just plain and simple. That was fun. Had a great time. Eldrazi, I'm so glad they didn't do anything. They didn't ban anything out of it. They didn't touch the deck. Everything was just so good. You know, it's never going to be a problem. Let's just let Eldrazi do its thing. Fun times. Well, this is an 0-5. This is great. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me just absolutely get shit on and struggle. Until next time, have a great day.